Hi, I'm Mel.
And I'm Janelle.
And this is the Murder Mamas.
I don't know why. Oh, that was so unserious. I don't know why I did that.
That was funny.
You know, I'm Janelle.
Wow.
Well, here we are.
Welcome.
Welcome.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about The Confession Killer. It's on Netflix. It's 5 episodes long, but we're going to do a 2-parter here because we watched the first and the second one. Correct. And if you know anything about this guy, don't come at us because the first and second one, don't explain everything.
They do not.
So if you know, we will get there.
And everyone talks entirely too slow. So I'm convinced this could have been 2 episodes total.
And Otis Toole. I don't know how we haven't done that guy. I went back to see and I was like, I'm surprised because when he popped up, I'm like, dude, why have we not covered that guy?
Dude. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get there.
Okay.
I'm in such a silly, goofy mood.
Okay. It'll be a happy podcast talking about murder. All right. So we start out in Texas in 1983. And we're listening to Henry talking about killing women. I'll strangle them. I'll stab them.
I'll do anything but poison.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
And he leaves practically no evidence, which is really weird for me because he doesn't seem like the sharpest tool in the shed. And this goes on for a long time.
I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But yeah, that's true. But of the murders that he did, there was no evidence. Or the cops were just negligent.
I mean,
it's probably half and half.
The 80s and the 70s. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So you kind of figure out early on that he's totally playing the cops.
I didn't think that initially.
Okay. You're right. They probably come back, or it probably is at the end of the end of the episode.
You sound so defeated. We're having audio issues. Mel just so. Okay, so we're going back in time. We're heading to Montague County of Texas.
Oh, it's Montague.
I don't know. Montague. Okay. Montague. Who the hell knows? Pronounce it how you want.
Okay.
And then we're learning about the Texas Rangers, and we're meeting some Texas Rangers. And so basically, the Rangers are cops that handle other episodes, episodes, more high profile cases.
Yeah.
But then, really randomly, I can't remember what episode this was in, if it was 1 or 2. The Rangers I want to go back to stealing cattle cases, and I'm is that high profile? Okay.
It is in Texas. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. Sure.
And we find out...
all I could think of was Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, God, yeah.
That old show with Chuck Norris. Yeah. Every time one of them got on screen, that's all I could think about. And I was like, oh, Grandma. I miss you.
So we find out he's living with a woman named Kate for a while. And...
Kate's dead.
Yeah.
And
Becky is Henry's girlfriend right now.
She is 15.
She's 15. He's 30?
40 something.
Yeah.
I heard that and I was like, did I hear correctly?
Yeah.
Why is this grown fucking man
who is not...
He has 4 teeth.
They're really big.
And yellow and stained, and I'm not talking about his person. No. I don't want to talk about his looks, but
no.
He is 40.
Yeah.
Where is this 15-year-old's family?
Yeah. Okay, so then Becky goes missing. And the cops are notified, and they're looking for Kate's murder and Becky's murder. And they find Kate's purse in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And
why are you looking at me?
I don't know what else to say. That's all I got. And then Becky's also missing.
Yeah. Becky and Kate are missing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they find their bodies, both
Yeah,
Becky
that's
and
right.
well, they find Kate's body.
Kate's body, yeah.
And then Henry confesses to the murder of both of them and
Yeah.
brings the police to Becky's remains. Which is a skeletal.
Yeah.
A skeletal.
Is that the one where he said the head was here, the arm was there, the leg was there?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So those are the first two murders that this like starts with.
Right.
And I believe he did these.
I think so too.
And we spent a long time talking about these.
Yeah.
And it's like 35 minutes of this episode is talking about these two murders. And one thing they note is that he seems very like nonchalant about Kate's murder, who's like she's in like her 80s.
Yeah, she was old.
But he also says that he slept with, like he had sex with her body.
Yeah, he's a necrophilia.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Well, he says he does that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything he says.
Yeah,
So,
he's a liar, and so it's kind of hard to get what's true, what he is saying that is true, or if it's false.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the Rangers say, though, that he did feel like it seemed as though he felt remorse for what happened with Becky, for that.
Yeah.
For that, the fact that he killed Becky.
Yeah.
Because he says that they say that he did love Becky.
Yeah, he's like, she's the only woman I cared about in my life.
But then also he talks about Clemmy at the end of this
Right.
episode, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's also the only woman, so who knows? Anyways, so then he's in prison, jail, I don't know, awaiting trial.
Yeah.
And the Rangers start talking to him, like, a lot.
Yeah.
And he's just confessing.
Yeah, he likes to talk.
Oh, yeah.
And they just give him constant cigarettes and whatever he needs to get him talking. Which at first I was like, okay, I get that. Like, keep the guy happy and he's going to keep talking. But then throughout the thing, I'm like, okay, you need to fucking backtrack that, put that motherfucker in a cell, and then do the interviews. Like, Jesus, you'll find out why.
Yeah.
So he's talking to them, and we find out his background a little bit as well. He went to prison in 1960 for killing his mom. He spent some time in the pen and some time in the psych ward.
Wasn't it noted that he was, like, unfit to face trial?
Yeah, it was.
On that one, too?
On that one, but then I think later on, they were like, he was right in the middle, so we just tried him as a regular person.
One of those normies.
Normal person. Yeah. So, so while he was in jail, he passed a note to another jail person that said...
They're called prisoners.
Jail person. That's what I said, jail person.
It is, yeah.
And said what he did to Kate, and he murdered her and all that. So... that takes us to June 1983. Henry is being charged with murder, and he blurts out, what are we going to do with the other 100 girls I killed? So now they're like, okay, what?
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then, do you have... I mean, I don't know what your notes say, so it's hard for me to... Like, I don't want to speak ahead.
Right.
But do you mention that he gets... transferred to that one guy, Boss Straps?
I don't specifically say that, but yeah, it's in there at some point.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, so the cops were like, we just gave him a pen and a paper and told him to write down everything he remembered, and he just started sketching pictures of women and how they were killed and what they were wearing and where their bodies were located. It's like, he was a pretty good sketch artist, too.
No, he was not.
He was, for not being, like,
barely
schooled or anything.
Okay, sure.
You do it a lot better than me.
I disagree. Well, maybe the bar's real low.
It is. So they would send pictures to the different agencies and collect, like, collect info from them.
Well, and then, but we also at this time are learning that like the media's finding out about him.
Yeah.
And like that because all of these cases are just being solved and closed. And wow, we now have someone to pin this on. Like, wow.
Yeah.
And so the media, like, there's like a media storm about him. And it's very sensationalized about everything he's done and all that.
Yeah.
And then a journalist who had written a book about Ted Bundy is like, I need to talk to this guy because Bundy didn't get away with it.
Right.
And he was like intelligent.
Yeah.
And planned and had a like MO.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, like Henry doesn't have an MO.
Well, not really, but like driving back roads of Texas, it was all empty land. So he said he went after women who were like in the middle of nowhere.
Well, sure, at this point, but as we extrapolate this to everywhere, there's no MO. It's every kind of murder you can think of. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And so then one of the sheriffs picked him up from Denton County, where I used to live. County. And took him to his jail. And this is Jim, the sheriff. And they wanted to set up a task force. So November 83, it's set up, and the goal was to allow access for other cops to interview him, which is like a brand new theory for them. Like, this has never happened before. Like, this still doesn't happen. Like, states don't communicate with each other unless it's like you dig into it. So this was like very new.
Yeah, the other thing that they mentioned, I think, in episode 2 is like there was no internet at this time.
Right.
So like
these were all just written down.
Yeah, like you didn't have a way to search.
Unless you came, like they came to that jail to specifically talk to him. They had over 1,000 officers that signed up for that because they thought they brought all their missing women and then we're going to ask him if he did it. He's in Georgetown jail. Oh, and so then we meet this like Japanese crew. And I was like, what are they doing? I don't understand why they were there, but they were like wanting to know what he did and how he did it. And then they wanted to meet him and interview him. And I felt like they were infatuated by him. Like they would laugh and be like, oh yeah, he did this. You know, we don't have any of this in Japan. Like, I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, and then they're like, he's like, oh yeah, no, I have some in your country too. And then they're like, oh yeah, how'd you get there? I drove.
Okay.
Sure you did.
Yep.
And I can sell you some beachfront property located in Arizona.
Yeah. And then he like got up to go back to his jail cell and he was just like shaking everyone's hand like it was an interview of like he did something special or something.
It was very much like a boys club.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Shooting the shit, just gabbing, yapping. He's not wearing cuffs.
No.
He's
free to roam the jail.
Yes. Like, even in the jail, he's like getting sodas.
He has TV.
He has a TV. He has like all these special privileges.
Yeah. He gets milkshakes.
Well, that's next episode. And I think that's important to note next episode.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then we find out a little bit more of his background. He came from a very poor family. His mom was a sex worker from rural
Virginia.
Yes. Their family was very poor. His mom was a sex worker and would bring home her clients and make her kids and her husband watch sometimes as she performed sexual acts. I don't understand. That's pretty bad. Dad was a drunk, and he lost both of his legs in a train accident.
A railroad
accident. And then he went and sold pencils on the side of the road. I was like, what the fuck? All I could think of...
Trying not to laugh.
Have you...
They said they laid... The ranger says he was laid on a mat selling pencils.
Have you seen?
Like, who is laying a legless man on the side of the road?
I know. Have you seen them?
Get out of the way! The car was coming towards him.
Have you seen the movie Kids?
No.
Okay, so there's this guy, they're getting on the bus, and all the kids are walking on the bus, and he comes on, he's like, I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. Just gets on the bus, and that's what reminded me.
Is that what that?
Yeah.
I was really, when they mentioned the railroad accident, I'm like, that's not a thing that happens anymore.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
I don't know what.
How many legless people are there from railroad accidents nowadays? Okay, we have rabbit holed on the legs thing.
Okay, so they say he's got like up to a 4th grade education. So that's where we're working with.
And he was like really troubled at school.
And his mom was pretty bad. Like she would beat him, and he had told someone he was going to kill her eventually, but he got something, an animal, like a donkey or something, and the mom killed it in front of him.
She killed all of the animals. Any animal they got, she killed.
So then he started doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's not cool.
And then they also talked about like, oh wait, no, you have it there. The profile. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, so in 1983, we're looking at 5,000 people are murdered nationally by serial killers. Like, that's a lot. Is it not? Like, how many do we walk past every day?
35 is what they said, right?
Yeah, I think
Not
so.
every day, but like there's like 35 roaming the
Roaming
country.
around
like,
at one time,
it's
yeah.
kind of a lot of bodies for only 35 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get to the profile, and they say it's probably someone who's married with no kids, who had a controlling parent, who visits the ER, who stays in a psych ward, has suicidal tendencies, and cruelty to animals.
So then we learn again about him as a child, and that his mom would beat him sometimes so bad that he was having to visit the ER. Like, I think one time they mentioned when he was like 5 or 6, she like hit him with a 2x4.
Yeah.
And he was like unconscious. But again, this is like secondhand from him. So I'm like, I don't know.
But they did show his brain image.
So then they do like a brain scan, like an MRI scan of him. And they show that he had like damage to his frontal and his temporal
lobe,
and they were saying like those two together sort of create the
temporal
storm.
Loses control of the impulse, and the frontal has lack of compassion or emotion. So those two together,
it's the perfect storm.
It really is. And that's what I was thinking, like, are they born that way? Or because, you know, I mean, he had a bad childhood, so I can see that coming into play. And then he had both the head injuries. So, like, wouldn't he have been maybe just a nice person growing up if he had a normal family? You know?
That's always the debate, right?
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture.
Yep.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. Maybe it's mother.
Right.
Then we meet Otis Toole.
Oh my God.
And he's a tool.
Okay. So I need everyone listening to understand the Rangers are describing Otis and they go, I can't even get it out. They go, he's got a low IQ. And then they show a picture of Otis, and it is like, Officer Doofy from Scary Movie, just cross-eyed, mouth open. This cannot be real.
It is real.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So they got together.
Just the timing of it. Like the words. And then they meet. I'm like, that had to have been done for comedic effect.
Pretty much. I mean, these guys are fucking assholes, so who cares? So they get together. And Tool liked to dress up as a woman and go around to bars and do sexual...
And talk in a soft voice despite being muscular and 6'3".
Yeah.
But he was also a homosexual.
Yeah.
Which the Texas Ranger says with a
yeah
lot of disdain. And apparently Henry was on the receiving end.
Right.
Of
that.
Tool's sexuality.
Yeah. So they said serial killers pick up their victims, and it's most difficult to find out because they have no connection to the victim.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's not a parent or a spouse because, you know, for money or whatever. It's totally random. So it's hard to connect the serial killer with the victim.
Yeah. But Otis and Henry, going back to them, they would kind of like make trips all across the country together, and they were just like driving and driving and driving like all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then we meet the minister.
Clemmy.
And she is like the jailhouse Bible lady. Well, because she made it a point. She was like, I handed out all the Bibles. I was
handing out all the Bibles, and I had one Bible left. And I asked the Lord to tell me if there was one more person that needed a Bible. And then I saw Henry.
Yeah.
And I gave Henry the Bible, and I said, are you going to rip up the Bible, Henry?
Yep.
And he said, no, Miss Clemmy.
No.
I'm not going to rip up the Bible.
No.
And that's when I knew Henry was different.
So she was reading the Bible to him, and like they were talking about it. They were like discussing it.
Yeah, but she's also like, again, he is never in handcuffs around her.
Right, which is
scary. Town. Like, she is cutting his hair, like barbering his hair
with scissors I've ever seen in my life. I was like
holy shit. Used to cut a ribbon.
Yeah.
Like a grand opening.
Like a big ass. These are not normal clippers.
So, like, she's using those. She is meeting with him every day. She is praying, and he loves Clemmy.
Yeah.
He says Clemmy is the only woman who has ever done anything for him in his life, despite Becky being the only thing that ever cared about him.
Right.
Have we forgotten about Becky already?
Yeah, I think we have.
And then he says that he feels compelled to make these confessions by God.
Yes. He's telling him. And he also loves oil painting. He starts oil painting as well.
I don't give a fuck what your hobbies are, bro. Like, that was so aggressive. But I don't care.
So he starts taking the cops to different murder spots of where he said he murdered these women. And allegedly, he said he can look at a picture of the woman and tell if he had killed them. Like, he remembered
the way my eyes rolled.
Yeah. And so basically this minister and him created like a community that they lived in. Like, they kept him happy. The cops gave him cigarettes. He didn't have handcuffs on. He was freely to move. So, like, he's like buddies with like these cops, which I think is really weird.
I think it's extremely inappropriate.
It is.
It's
like Henry said, he was happy at the jail.
Yes.
He was getting food, TV. Like,
I think in part 2, they make a very valid point. The journalist makes a really valid point as to why he was happy.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Then we get into the second. That was pretty much.
They're just closing these cases, though.
Yeah.
Like, I need people to understand that he is saying, I murdered her. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
pinning that one on you,
Yep.
pinning that one on you, pinning that one on you, pinning everything on him.
Yeah.
Like the world's ultimate, the U.S.'s fall guy for every unsolved murder ever to exist.
Yeah.
Like maybe he was also Jack the Ripper. Who knows?
Maybe.
You know, like.
Okay, and then I don't know what this is. Lubbock, Texas.
We're in part 2.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
Episode 2, but we're in Lubbock, Texas. Debbie
gets murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't remember?
Oh, yes, I remember. So we start out with Debbie.
Correct. We're learning from Debbie's mom.
Yes.
About Debbie.
And Debbie was beautiful.
Debbie looked like a 12-year-old.
She did.
She looked very young.
She looked young,
like, wow.
But she was really pretty.
She was very pretty. And she seemed like she came from a nice family.
Oh, yeah.
She had just graduated high school at 18. She got married right after.
Yeah.
She's married to a man named Doug.
Yeah.
And her mom is discussing Debbie and her dreams and goals in life. And unfortunately, on August 24th, 1975, Debbie was found dead in her apartment.
They had gone out to dinner.
Correct.
And her sister said that she was supposed to spend the night with her. And she said her mom, for some other reason, just said, no, you have to come home. So,
and then for all these 40, 50 years, she's been holding on to the guilt that maybe she could have done something. Right. And she was like 10 years younger than her, I think.
Yeah, she was pretty young. Yeah, and 9 years go by, and they finally get a call from the police station, and they say they got a confession from Henry. And then we move to February, and we have 47 confirmed cases, allegedly. And this journalist comes into play.
He was with Henry for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, documenting everything Henry's saying. He's at all the confessions.
Yeah.
Helping the cops solve case. Henry is helping the cops solve cases.
Yeah. And they put up this big map of the U.S.
Oh, my God.
And they put a pin in the map, or on the map, of every victim that he confessed to and where. And he said he never felt more important in his life than being there at that time.
I hope that picked up my sigh, because...
Right. Yeah.
I'm so over listening to this man.
Yeah.
I need everyone to know that I did watch this entire episode on 1.5 speed, because I just couldn't take it.
And they gave him crime scene photos to look through, to like re-jog his memory or something.
Going back to Debbie, sorry, you don't have to turn the page or anything.
Yeah.
Did you clock that in the paper?
Mm-hmm.
They front page put a picture of this dead woman.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck was happening in the 70s?
Right.
Why? What? That was on the media?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So they give him all these crime scene photos to look at and to help him jog his memory, which is
quote unquote.
He's just going to keep confessing to all these murders of these people.
But then he's also telling the journalist, like, I didn't commit that murder.
Yeah.
Like, the exact opposite, but in front of that one sheriff, Ballstrop or whatever.
Yeah.
He did everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you confessing to all of these things?
Right. And he would get emotional after each one that he confessed.
Oh, and that's why he needed Clemmy.
Yeah. And he needed his minister. And they knew that if he got moody, they weren't going to find anything. They had to keep him happy and talking for these confessions.
Like a fucking toddler.
Yes. So then we move on to the freeway I-35. Mm-hmm. And we find a woman, they find a woman dead, and she has orange socks on, and nothing else. And he told the cops details of that murder that no one else would know if it wasn't the murderer.
Like, did he? Or did he just,
say a bunch of stuff that...
But they had showed him the crime scene photos before he went out there.
Right.
So I'm like, maybe he just isn't that dumb. Isn't as dumb as we thought he was.
Yeah.
And he's just bad at brushing his teeth, but that doesn't make him dumb.
Right. But then later he admits he didn't do the orange.
I was making a joke.
I know.
You didn't laugh.
I'm sorry.
You just moved along. You said, dummy. So he says to the journalist, though, like, I didn't commit this crime.
Right.
But then every time in front of the sheriff, he does say he committed this crime. And the thing that's different about getting convicted with this one is that this one is carrying a death penalty sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we moved to Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, so you're skipping because
I probably am.
There's like a lot here where they're starting to be like, this journalist is like, okay, I'm going to go investigate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go see if it's even possible that he could have committed this crime.
Right.
Like,
because they're from one end of the country to the next.
Correct. So they find that he had like cashed a paycheck.
Yeah.
Had clocked into work that same day.
Yeah.
And it's like,
in like Florida. But
Jacksonville.
This happened in California. Or
I-35. That's here. It's like
Texas. Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
And so the journalist and the prosecutor, I think, are like, why would he come all the way here to commit a crime on this random person he doesn't know?
Right.
Like, you could find a stranger.
Yeah, in the place that you're at.
Or anywhere before here.
Right.
You know, like, it just is nonsensical.
Well, and they were starting to figure out, like, you'd have to drive all the way through. You wouldn't be able to stop for gas. You wouldn't be able to stop for a bathroom. Like, you would have to drive that whole thing.
I liked that part.
Yeah, and it's like, how does that... You can't do that. It's impossible.
Yeah, so they find that he, like, couldn't have done this murder, and his defense attorneys are like, so, like, are you going to talk on the stand? Are you going to say you didn't confess? Like, because he is at trial, like, going through trial for this. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I will. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, and then the day of, he's like, nah. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So, like, why are you doing this?
Right.
And he tells them this convoluted reasoning that he believes, because now Clemmy has him as a Christian.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't believe that suicide will send him to heaven.
Right.
And
to meet Becky.
He wants to be with Becky again.
Yeah.
Because Becky, I guess, still is important to him. And so he needs the state to murder him so that he can be with Becky.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could just lay down on some train tracks. I guess that would be suicide.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then the attorney tries talking to Otis Toole.
Oh my God.
And they want his view of things that happened, like in his own words. What?
The attorney going, Otis Toole's not the kind of person you put on the stand if you want to win a case.
It was pretty bad.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah. And they were like, Otis said everything. Well, what did Henry say? Mm-hmm. It was the answer to every single question that they had. So, like, they were getting nothing out of him.
Well, and they played off each other a lot, too. It was like, did. I was at this one, I was at that one. And we're listening to some, like, of their jailhouse conversations because apparently they were able to call each other from separate jails.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't realize you could call another jail.
Yeah.
With your jail time, but I've never been in jail.
Yeah.
So there's no way for me to know that. And it's also, like,
totally weird.
Otis is, like, jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, you're getting real famous off this, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Henry's like, well, you can admit to the ones you want to admit to.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not how this works. Like, you need to confess to the things you've done.
Right.
Not just what you want to.
Yeah. So, go on.
No.
Okay.
Fine.
Going back to Orange Socks Girl, the defense was saying he was in Florida at the time because he had his
Time card
and his cash paycheck stamped at the time. And Henry's response to that was he was paying the people off in Florida to say that that's what he did.
His defense even brought in a bunch of people from Florida, like witnesses from Florida, to be like, to testify.
Yeah.
And then honestly, when Henry was like, I'm not going to say that I didn't do it.
Right.
He was like, then the case is rested. Like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Go be put to death. Like, I tried.
Yeah.
And he goes, what did he say? His lawyer was really funny, actually. Or his defense attorney. He was like, you know, I went to law school, but I didn't read about any of this.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
And so Henry was smiling when he left the courthouse, and he said he talked himself into a capital case so he would get the death penalty. Yeah. And he was happy about that.
It was exactly what he wanted.
Yeah. Then we come to May 1984, and we are at confirmed cases 135.
Well, and they're kind of like showing what all these things. He is going on, they're sending him on airplanes, little private planes, like little police planes.
It's like, I've never been on a plane before.
He's never been on a plane before, and they are flying him all over. Yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania, New York, everywhere, California. Yeah. Just 15 murders solved. It's crazy.
15 murders confirmed in California.
Oh, is that yeah. And the person who gave that press conference is like, you won't believe it. I'm like, I don't. You're right. Like, I don't believe it.
Yeah. And then we go back to Lubbock, and he is leading to a show where Debbie's body is.
No.
Leading to murders, Debbie 1975 body.
I don't know what your note means, but I can tell you what you're trying to say.
Okay.
So this is like towards the end of the episode. Yeah. We sort of breeze through this one. Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Debbie's parents get to review his written confession.
Yes.
And they're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, the door he's saying he opened has a large cabinet in front of it.
Yeah.
And there's literally no way that he could open that door and get in the house.
Right.
Because the cabinet was not knocked over. It was not disturbed.
Right.
So they're like, that doesn't work. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You guys didn't do this. And they get very critical of the police force because they're like, you guys are just accepting what this fucking crazy dude is saying. And
they get no help or support from the cops.
None whatsoever. Like, they actually get a lot of like animosity.
Yeah. And they start doing their own investigation.
They do.
Which is so badass.
I mean, they're like going to different areas of the country.
Yeah.
They
were getting documents to find out where he was at the time. Like, they're finding out all this stuff by themselves.
Well, and they're doing what every single department that had him confess to cases should have done.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they find the woman who was married to him?
Yeah.
In Maryland. They find he's in Maryland.
Yeah.
Maryland?
Maryland?
Oh. They find that that's where he was at the time of Debbie's murder.
Right.
And that he was getting married to a woman on the day of Debbie's murder.
Right. So they have a courthouse proof.
Yeah.
Marriage certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how would he have been in Maryland and then in Lubbock?
Right. At the same time.
What?
Yeah. So there's no way he could have been there. So he gets out of prison on this 22nd of August, and he's living with his half-sister. And then this is where the family takes the documents to the sheriff and is like, you need to look into this.
Yeah, because they're like, 2 days ago he got out of prison.
Right.
Today he's getting married. I'm like, honestly, this life sounds exhausting.
It really does.
Like, sir, visit a dentist and get some sleep.
Right. Get some veneers.
Dentures.
On November 1984, it's now up to 198 confirmed cases.
So I think I want it to make it really clear. I want everyone to understand that everyone knows that he's confessing to whatever the fuck he's confessing to.
Mm-hmm.
And the police are just listening because they want to get these murders off their books.
Yeah.
So they are no longer spending any time finding actual killers.
Right.
Because he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He is just confessing to everything.
Yeah.
And they're allowing this to continue to happen.
Right.
And that is a fucking problem.
Yeah. And they go to Dallas. I think the parents go to Dallas to prove that he, again, wasn't where he's supposed to. They said he left a large paper trail, like, wherever he went. So, like, why did the cops not know this?
Well, and I think they specifically say that he is being portrayed as, like, this vagrant who, like, is hard to pin down and no one knows where he was. But that is, like, not the case at all.
Not the case at all.
He's, like, actually working in all these different places. Mm-hmm. He's cashing checks. He's getting married.
He's getting speeding tickets.
Oh, my God. I think one was, like, his dog pooping in a park or something.
Yeah.
He got a ticket for him. Like,
yeah. So, like, he's leaving evidence wherever he goes. Like, and that's not adding up.
Yeah.
Yeah. October 2nd.
Oh, this is where this is where they show you what he would have done in the month of October.
Yes.
So they say on October 2nd, he would have committed a murder and then driven 600 miles to commit another murder on October 9th.
Yep.
Right? Or 4th? I can't.
Ninth.
And then another 450 miles to commit another murder on October 16th.
Yep.
And then again, 1,500 miles.
Yeah.
Right? To commit another murder on the 27th.
Yep.
And then 1,600 miles.
Yeah.
To commit another one on the 29th.
In Louisiana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totaling 11,000 miles.
Yeah.
For the month of October.
Yeah.
Is how much he would have had to travel to commit all of the murders that he confessed to.
Right.
And that is not possible.
Yeah.
It's actually impossible.
Yeah.
He would have had to have been driving 24/7.
24/7.
With no stopping.
Yeah.
Like, it's not possible.
No, it's not. Then we have a journalist who wants to go back and look at the tapes that the cops had recorded with him. And they found out that a lot of the tapes that he had been robbed.
Oh, yeah. So this is the same journalist.
Yeah.
Who has been with him since the beginning, the one who wrote the book on Bundy.
Yeah.
And, oh, sorry. I got distracted. So his house got broken into when he was gone, and the only thing that was taken were some of the tapes of his interviews with Henry.
Yeah.
And he does not report this break-in to anyone.
No.
The only people who know about it are his close friends. And the next time he sees that one sheriff, whatever his name is, he goes, "I'm so sorry to hear about your break-in, Hugh."
Right.
And he's like,
"Oh,
okay.
I see where this is going." Yeah.
So then there's this brand new DA in Dallas, and he's like a young guy at the time. And he gets basically like 2 murders solved by Henry. And so he's starting to like look at it, and he tells his
cops,
sheriffs, whatever. He's like, this just like doesn't really add up. But these are like softballs for him. So it would have been really easy for him to press charges and try him for it.
Yeah.
Because it's like new for his career, and it would have been a great thing to do, like publicity wise.
Yeah.
But he's like, it just doesn't make sense. So he has his deputies go and look through these like 2 different systems.
It's on a computer, but it's like, this
only computer.
The only computer. And it's, the green, like way back when, where they had
the Matrix
coding. The Matrix coding. And one of the cops went to look up all his information.
So they're able to access it one time.
Yeah.
And like get some information, and they find that he had like, I can't remember what the violation. He had gotten like a ticket or something that day somewhere way far away.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to look again, and he says the screen flickered twice, and then it said access denied.
Yeah.
So not only are they just believing nonsense, this sheriff, ranger, whoever the fuck it is, Balthazar, I don't know. That's not his name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. He is hindering the solving of the actual solving of murders.
They didn't do any background check or any background work on this.
Nothing.
Henry just said, I murdered, and they were like, oh, okay, well, let's write that one down. There was no police work done. So that leads us to the end of episode 2.
We are at the end, and we will see what happens in 3, 4, 5.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.